All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Four Ropes Full Podcast. I'm your boy, LC from 773. On there, we got our mans, Jay the Kid and Jay. Would you like to tell them who our special guest is today?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just give a round of applause for that intro. We're doing some things around here differently. As much as I love doing the intro for Ropes Full and everything, it's almost been a year, and it's something that I just feel like it
Already.
would be more like it was due time for everybody else to have their own intros and talk and everything. So giving everybody, a better chance to, stand out and everything. Me doing the intro, but LC usually doing the outros and everything too. We gonna be switching some things around. So you ain't gonna always hear that what up everybody. Y'all gonna hear some more, y'all gonna hear some better catchphrases too. So I mean,
Unless
other
we
than
get
that though,
unless the end gauge go down, then it's gonna be a what's up, everybody.
you know what? I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that.
Not at all.
But
Hey, when they
again,
when they used to hearing something, it's best to keep it original.
definitely. But like LC said, this is another episode of Full Ropes Full Podcast, and we do have a special guest today here, ladies and gentlemen. We have professional referee. We have our man right here in the cut. We have Mr. Gerald Sharkey. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for this opportunity there, boys.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
no
no
problem.
problem,
Thank
man.
you.
Just getting into the career of being a professional wrestler. What I mean, a professional referee. For some reason, professional wrestler just always sticks in my head, regardless of it. But
That's fair, dude.
being a referee started a different way. What do you feel like were the top five matches that you were a part of being a referee during your first year of doing it?
That's a tough one. First one have to be my debut.
Mhm.
IHW, it was Kurt Cobain versus Hunter Sampson.
Mm.
So to be able to get
Mm.
that opportunity, it was a title match too. So like they just threw me right into the fire. I was like,
Hey,
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
definitely a
I was
good
nervous that
opportunity to
night,
be a
just
part of.
took it and run with it. Yeah,
Mm.
second one probably my first main event, which was in Woodstock, was Hollywood Cole versus Rick Owens for the title. They needed a short
Okay.
referee for Hollywood Cole to jump over, so that's why I got that opportunity. And I
Hey, right place, right time. Can't play.
Hey,
that's basically it, dude. And I got invited to the team that night.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Um,
That's good.
that's fire.
yeah, like without the promoters of CCW, IHW, and even Superstars of Wrestling, I don't know where I'd be right now. Third match, I'd have to say my 50th match that I've done. It was Hunter Sampson versus Franco Verga in St. John,
Mm.
and they put on a show. Let me tell you, it's like
Okay.
who else? Fantana versus Chris Charters is a memorable match
Mm.
for me. Like
Shout out
Chris
to
was
our
not
friend
listening during that
Fantana.
bell, right? Like yeah, near the end of it, he was just beating on Fantana, gave him the counts, pulled him off, wasn't listening, so I rang the bell. He didn't like that, and he gave me an elbow.
Mm.
Any match with Fantana, Chevron's another. Like just watching Chevron go to work. Another guy does not listen in the ring, um, but very good technician. Another guy to watch is Scott Lee Crew.
Mm.
Um, Another guy doesn't like to listen in the ring,
You
but
know,
a guy who isn't like he brings the old school fashion to the ring, right? Like he's the type of guy like he throws dog treats to fans as he comes out. Like it's
that's classic
entertaining,
right
but like
there.
again, he does not listen when he gets in that ring. He just does whatever he wants and feels.
Okay, true bad boy. Okay, I like that.
Definitely,
So,
definitely. Yeah.
okay.
So
Elsie.
coming back around to what's that key moment that got you interested into wrestling? What would you say would be that go ahead moment or top few moments that made you become that wrestling fan that you are today?
Well, I started watching in '99. I was
Oh yeah.
Sting versus Sid Vicious on TSN Monday Night
They know I'm
Nitro.
a Sting guy. Yeah.
That's what got me hooked, dude. Was Sting, and then I started
Yeah.
watching the Attitude Era too, right? That's what I grew up in. Watching Triple H, watching Bret Hart, Stone Cold, The Rock. Seeing The Rock back now is insane. Like what
Yeah.
happened at the Chamber last night was
Oh
so
man,
Mm,
Um, but no, I
Chamber
stopped.
was insane.
It was. I actually stopped watching wrestling for quite a while.
Yeah.
What got me back into it was WrestleMania 38, Stone Cold coming back,
Oh, okay.
mm,
Okay.
and I
okay.
fell in love
Yeah.
with it. And then I found a tryout at the Maritime Wrestling Academy, so I went there, did my tryout. Didn't know if I was gonna do it or not. Like I was trying out as a referee, right? Because I do have a bad knee due to the army.
Hmm.
Um, but no, I kept up with it, and I made my debut July 25th, 2024.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Definitely.
That
Definitely. Yeah.
love
Um,
You
and
for
come back
wrestling goes
around.
back.
Oh, you got your
yeah.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 year coming up.
Hey,
Oh,
and
it's
it,
it's
I mean,
crazy,
it
dude.
happens
Like
to the
Yeah.
best, honestly. Like the
like
fact
just the
of,
atmosphere when I get in that building, like doing the ring setup and talking to some of the boys. Like it's a
Yeah.
oh
big,
yeah,
it's huge for my mental health, right? Like
definitely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Definitely
that's a
that close
career
knit
that guys
family.
don't get an insight on.
yes, that's exactly it.
Okay, okay. Hmm.
Like we're all crazy. Who else puts their body on the line, right? Like
Oh,
they
hey.
do. It's
Especially when those key moments have to be made, you're that very important piece to that. Because it's
hundred
like
percent.
if the ref misses that cue or that special moment that's necessary there, then it's like what happened, or an early count. Like we always refer back to the moment when Mick Foley's fast count when it was Braun Strowman. I forget who he was wrestling that night, but it was a clear win. But
yeah.
due to it being on live television at the moment, they was like, "All right, this is not in the play. Keep the match going." And now everybody's stuck on that one moment, like, all right, this is just that pin that happened there. It's like Mick
Exactly.
is at that age, he was kind of already done in the ring, so you got him jumping up back and forth, hitting the mat.
I mean,
It's yeah, it's a
honestly,
it's a different situation.
Oh, always
play
is.
such a big part.
Yeah,
Honestly, like that's
There's a
crazy.
lot
Like,
to it, right? Like especially with injuries. I actually had to deal with an injury in the ring back in December. There was an under rotation on a bump. He landed on his shoulder and got a stage three shoulder separation.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Then you got to
oh,
call that too. So it's like, yeah,
yeah.
just knowing the signs of what's happening and being aware of it. So it's like you really are the full in ring technician when it comes to that.
And it's too
literally.
bad too, man. Because like the
Yeah,
guy is such a tremendous wrestler, such
right.
a technician, right? Like I've
Oh
only
yeah.
saw him.
Now,
I've only
yeah,
saw him twice, so
yeah.
but I
I
do
mean,
like what I've
nowadays
seen.
everybody come back 10 times stronger. You come back like AJ, completely stronger.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm excited to
Like,
see him come back to the ring. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
mm,
that's good. Good.
okay, okay. So, getting on into it again, what would you say to you when you first started? What advice would you give to that? What advice would you give to that guy?
Shut up and listen is one. Always keep putting in the hard work.
Hmm.
Um, Listen to the veterans.
Yeah,
That's it. Like that's the
definitely
big
listen
one.
to the
Listen to
vets.
the vets who have been doing this for quite a while
Respect,
because they
respect.
know what they're doing.
Hey, that's definitely something I say take full advantage of.
Yeah,
Us not being professional wrestlers, but looking at the business from the inside, just seeing how dope that the business has become and how popular it's been is just showing exactly how far wrestling can go when it's booked right because nobody really thinks the referee job is as is as hard as most people let it out to be, because most people think, oh hey, it's a guy in the ring, he just got to count the three. Like no, like he's managing the
It's
time,
way
he's
more to
managing
it than
certain
that.
spots, he's managing certain details to the match. He has to give initial information to these guys on what's going to happen next if something surprising goes down. If an injury goes
Yep.
down, he's in charge of saying, okay, hey, is this guy good enough to fully, compete for the rest of the match? Or, hey, yeah, this guy's, he's not, he's out of there. So being able to have all of those things be put into your hands for the entire time of the match from start to finish, from the bell ringing for the start of the match to it ringing to the end of it. Like referees don't get too much acknowledgement from guys, and that's
Yeah.
why I feel like we really we really low key should have a documentary for the referees of wrestling, of pro wrestling. Like I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
lie to you,
yeah.
because referees see a lot of stuff that like I don't know if you remember Chris when WWE used to do the story time thing to where like they
Yep.
would
Oh
just
yeah,
have all these old wrestlers just telling stories. But literally, that should be for referees, because I know referees been seeing some stuff. I know Charles Robinson has seen some things out there. Like he knows some
yeah,
Yeah.
stories that are funny to spread around. So I just feel like referees definitely need a little bit more embracing on like the
yeah.
qualities of what makes a
That's
good
how I found
referee.
out Teddy Long used to be a ref.
Man,
Oh,
that
dude, and
surprised me when I seen that.
yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
mention names, but there is a wrestler who used to be a ref. And they said like they learned more as a referee than they did as a wrestler.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
you actually get to learn the actual essence of it without having to physically just like move around to the spots, be told do this, do that. You actually can see it firsthand and learn
Yeah.
from that serious moves.
And
Shout
you're
out to
not
Big
doing just
Bad
one match
LG.
a night. You're doing at least two, right? Two to three.
Yeah, yeah, at least. Especially when it's
About
pay-per-view night or premium
Yep.
live event night. You have, yeah, you got a job set.
Like poor Robinson last night, man.
boy, Kevin Owens was boy. He was beating on referees. You would have thought the referees was the opponents. Boy,
Yeah,
Kevin
Right?
Owens was like, y'all
now
ain't
it's more
counting
like
fast enough.
everybody is
Bam.
fighting all of the refs. Like it's way worse than it was a few years ago. Like yeah, you'll probably see security guards and probably about two referees get attacked, but now every night it's all the referees.
And
He reminds me a
the
bit of Chris
funniest part,
Chars.
though,
Oh
He
yeah,
really
yes,
does.
the funniest part
Like
about it
good on the
is
mic,
though,
I'll
like,
give him that, but he does not like to listen to referees.
I, you know, it's too like heels are just making the referee's job so much more hell. But I'm sorry, since you being the referee, Gerald, it is 10 times cinema watching some referees take bumps, because
Yeah.
some like take a classic bump, they fall and everything, but some guys be dramatic as ever, like Stone Cold giving stunners to the referees.
I
Cinema.
believe that's
Earl
how we
Hebner
got that.
taking the stunner.
Yeah, that's how we got that signature movement. I believe that same move that he did to somebody right before he did it to Rock was essentially like it was a ref or a security guard taking the bump, and he
Yeah.
ended up doing that spin that they do now in the games.
It is
I like Austin
legit.
Theory
Referees are
at
taking that,
Oh yeah,
taking belt ass.
38. Like that was perfect, man. Like
yeah. Theory, theory. He don't really do it as an oversell, but it's kind of like you can tell that he's having fun taking the movie.
oh, exactly.
Of
Like
course.
and you got to have fun out there. You really
Oh
do.
yeah, that's the stunner. It's like I feel the same way about now with Jeff and Matt's new finish, plot twist. You know,
Yeah.
the twist of fate into the neck breaker. Like
Yeah.
you gotta sell it. You gotta sell it.
Oh
Love the
yeah.
Hardy Boys,
Like
but I hate how that move is, because legit after he do like the seated like swanton that look like a stunner a little bit, it's just like You remember that one move that the one person I hate who took the stunner the worst. Razor Ramon taking the stunner. He just jumped in the air and just fell back. That's what it looks like every time the Hardys do that move into the
Yeah.
neck
Hey.
breaker. Don't get me wrong, it's clean. It's clean. Don't get me wrong. But it's just the fact I hate how the move has to be set up.
Yeah,
Like
I
if a
mean
Oh no,
person legit
it's
just
exactly.
not young
leaned back,
Hardys no more. Yeah.
No.
it's not even the Hardys I blame for it. It's just how the move has to be set up. Like you have to jump into the neck breaker. It's like not
Yeah.
Yep.
too many people can sell that jump in the air and make it look clean. Like a moose, sure, that's one of a kind freak athlete. But seeing somebody like Braun Strowman get hit with the stunner and then have to jump in the air and get catch a neck breaker, it's just
Braun probably could just fall straight back.
Oh
Some
yeah,
of them can just
that's
get
what
hit with a fall
everybody could
straight
do
back.
though. Like everybody should be able like to just fall back. I just hate how that's set up though. But
Yeah.
moving on, Chris, it's
Either
on you.
Braun or the Great Khali.
great
We're
Kali.
not gonna
Yeah.
mention Kyle. The great Kyle Lee tried. You gotta stand on the announce table and jump off and hit his ass with that move. There's no way in hell you getting just a straight up nope. But anyways, LC, it's gonna be on you, and then we're gonna get started with our first segment.
All right. One of my other favorite moments, especially since now I know you're a Sting fan, of course, gotta ask this. Out of
Like moments in like mainstream wrestling that I like, or
uh yeah, I mean pretty much what was your go-to Sting match day? If you want to get someone into wrestling, you have them watch that Sting match.
Oh, that's a
that
good
is a
one.
good question. That is a very good question. But if I'm trying to get someone into wrestling, I don't know if I'm showing them a Sting match right away.
I definitely
I think I'm
understand
going
that. I definitely
Triple
Oh,
understand that.
H.
plot twist.
Triple
Yeah.
H
Now I
Cactus
gotta come.
Jack. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. Cinema.
Hell in a Cell, No
Good cinema.
Way Out. The street
Yeah.
fight at Royal Rumble. Like anything Mankind or Mick Foley, I think is what I'm gonna show them.
Yeah.
Just because like
Yeah,
he
because
put his
he got
body on the
range.
line so much and
Hmm.
he can barely move
That'll be
now,
that
right?
guy. Yeah.
Like
All right. That's
props
why I
to
was
him,
referring to
man.
like the whole pen situation. I was like, they had this guy that's literally been the hardcore guy. You ask
Yeah,
about from ECW, NWA, MLW, everywhere. That's the guy that's been putting his body on the line. It's like don't just put him in a boat because that one bad thing that happened.
Hey, Chris,
Like,
you
hey,
going in and out?
look,
I can barely hear you, man.
let me see here. Can you hear me now?
There we go. There we
Perfect.
go. Yep.
Okay, not quite sure. Headphones, yeah. So yeah, Triple H Cactus Jack. That'll be the go-to for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
No,
even Triple
yeah,
H
'cause
in The Rock, Judgment Day, the Iron Man match.
oh yeah, definitely,
Like
and
I'm a big Triple
mostly
H
any of
fan,
his
as you can
Iron
tell. Like
Mans. Yeah. Hey, Game was feeding families for years. He still is
yeah.
currently feeding families.
Oh
Who would
yeah, man.
who would
What
have
he's
thought?
doing for
Yeah,
the
DX is running the strings now.
you
Yep.
know, as much as I love Triple H, I don't think I'm showing a Triple H match. I don't even think a Triple
Really,
H
eh?
match would be in my top five. Respect top 10, definitely. Top
Yep.
five, I don't think so. Respect, that's just me though. I just,
That's fair. Everybody has their own opinion,
but
right? And that's what
Yeah.
makes
oh
wrestling
yeah, no,
great.
of course. See,
Yeah, it's so
hundred
much
percent.
of it everywhere, even down to the matches that people probably haven't seen just because it's like it wasn't showcased on TV or anything, or somebody recorded clips. You got some dark matches that were better than stuff televised, but that's
Yep.
what's going to get that person on TV.
Yep.
100%. And that's just what I love about being able to have a podcast and everything and just have a like verbal opinion in the wrestling community because everybody has their own like wrestler that they stick to when like we're talking about stuff like this. Like
Mhm.
seeing like Chris, like you definitely got a Sting match in your top five.
Oh yeah, I got
Him being
like
a fan
three.
of Sting, but not having a top five inside, like a top five match with Sting in it, and then having Triple H in it, but me not being the biggest, Triple H fan, I have him in top 10, but not top five. It's just like everybody. has a certain feel on certain wrestlers to where you just kind of stick with, those matches that actually glue you to the television. So
Right.
this,
All right. Like if you
I
hear
would
the
I would even
interest
throw
music anywhere,
I would even throw Bret Hart and Stone Cold's feud in there too. Some of their
oh
matches
yeah,
that I've had,
yeah. Brett and
like
Sean, that was my go-to.
with Bret and
Like it
Shawn
was,
too. Yeah,
yeah, real
Bret tells a
hatred for some
story.
reason. Yeah, especially when you find out a lot of the stories behind it leading up to Brett leaving.
Yeah,
It was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
yeah.
let's just say some people's opinions were validated during that year of wrestling. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah,
But
for
then
I'm
sure.
just glad they patched.
that shit hit at 190.
I'm just glad they patched things up though, right? It's
Oh
better for
yeah,
them to patch things up for the wrestling world, right? Like,
yeah. You
Hey,
get people
better
to
now than
train in the
never.
dungeon. Yeah,
yep,
that'd be a lost art had they stopped. Well, it the dungeon work would never stop. It'd just be replicated in different places. It's
yes,
like now you got T.J. Wilson and Natalia. You got Davy Boy Smith if he's still pretty much over there helping out with everything.
yep,
Yeah, so it's like, hey, it's a good background. Like that keeps the lineage going.
It keeps the lineage going, but the way that basement was set up,
Oh,
I don't like how that. I'm not
that's
taking
the
a spine
basement.
buster on them mats. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a cold
You
day
will
in
come out
hell.
a different person for sure.
I'm gonna come out
yep.
the same person because as soon as I see somebody take a spine buster on that shit, y'all have a good
I'm
day
quite
now.
sure it was just Stu Hart putting everybody in sharpshooter. Everybody get a sharpshooter. You got to get out of Stu Hart sharpshooter. That's the only way you
My
could
back
make your
and
way through
rib
there.
cage pushing through cement, fully kiss my
Then
ass. I'm not doing all that. I love
you
wrestling.
Or
I
got
watching
die
some of the
for it.
documentaries, man, on the Heart Dungeon. Like
Like I
people
love
just
it.
screaming down the basement,
Man, I love the feeling
getting
of I love
stretched.
that
Like,
feeling until I actually have to feel an ass whooping the entire match. I feel like I can take a few drop kicks and be okay, but
yeah,
it's a few moves in wrestling that I feel like if I get hit with it, I'm done with it. Number
yep,
one
that's
now,
fair.
since it's happened, Braun Breaker spear,
oh yeah,
fully miss
yeah.
me with
Well,
that.
he took
That's not
speed
happening.
to a whole
What
different
he did
level
to
there.
Speed,
Yeah,
me and Speed might be maybe 30 pounds heavier than me. I know if Braun Breaker hit me with a spear, my lung is collapsing that night.
He ran
well,
through
funny
that
that you
man.
mentioned
That's
Braun.
the welcome to the business.
I love Braun Breaker, but you guys got to watch Zane Valentine. When he hits
Hmm.
those ropes, he moves the ring.
Hmm.
St. Valentine definitely gotta.
Zane
Yep,
Valentine.
gonna be on
Definitely
that
gonna
for
Again,
sure.
looking into
doesn't
that.
listen to In the Ring, and his manager Eric Bass. When they're both coming out, I know I'm having a bad night.
Hmm.
Like I know I'm gonna be busy.
Definitely, definitely. But we actually gonna move into our first segment of the show where we are gonna have you blind rank matches.
Fine
So
rank.
we got 10 matches, and you are gonna put these matches in order 1 through 10. 1 being the best, 10 being it's good, but it's not one good.
Okay.
So me and Chris are gonna name off a few matches, and you just gonna place them 1 through 10. And actually,
All
I'm gonna
right.
let LC go first.
Well, we kind of already spoke up my first match, but Sting versus Muda. I want to
Ooh.
say, which year was that? Oh no, no,
Well, which
Sting
match are
versus
we talking
Vampiro.
about?
Yeah, Sting versus Vampiro. The Brothers in Paint match.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. That was what? That was Bash of the Beach.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach. Right
What would that
Like
be?
before
honestly,
the ICP stuff.
I
Mm.
didn't get to see that match because again I was 9 years old.
Yeah,
Didn't get the pay-per-views, but I remember seeing clips on Monday Night Nitro of that match,
yeah.
and I can just
It,
imagine the brutality they put each other through.
yeah, that was
Like that was a good feud, man. Vampiro
yeah.
versus Sting. The Demon coming out also.
Yeah, that's how we got the demon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a very odd situation because it was like
yeah,
his at the time you didn't expect him to do anything with wrestling, but
yeah.
hey, by all means, it's the same thing with the pop culture scene right now. It's like last night with Travis Scott being in the ring, they were kind of throwing out the like, why is he there? But if we go back to the whole NWO thing, you had Dennis Rodman,
Yep.
you had literally everybody. Whoever was a celebrity big enough at that time, you can stop putting to that.
Let me
Man,
stop you
Dennis
right
was
Even
there.
missing NBA practices to go to WCW, right? Like he
hey,
was missing
I
game time. He didn't
I
care.
hold on. We gonna put a stop on that shit. Hold on. We I know we not comparing Travis Scott. I ain't even want to talk about the Elimination Chamber too much on this damn show. But now since y'all gonna mention it, we gonna put a break on this list.
uh,
Ain't no
wrestling
way in
fans,
hell
we
you are telling me that Travis Scott sitting in the corner with Sage is the same as Dennis Rodman joining the NWO. At least Dennis Rodman
no
had a match.
nowhere near the same. Travis haven't had a match yet. You don't give a random person a belt, especially a hardcore belt, knowing what's connected to that legacy without trying to make
Mankind.
them do something. Literally,
Mankind.
and you got to think he took the Cactus Jack moniker. So what they gonna do with that?
He took it after that belt was already given to him. Mankind was sitting there looking musty. Love Mankind, but
I
I'm sorry, but
mean,
Mankind looked musty. Like Mankind put you in the goddamn nope. I can't do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have to submit right then and there because Mankind just smell like Mankind give me the like vibe of like sewer meets Chuck E.
sewer meat,
Cheese grills. Like
Chuck E.
I
Cheese.
just know it's
Wow.
gonna be dirty. Sorry, that's just me. I'm not trying to be healed. I
You talking
love a
about the
good
claw
Mankind
getting the
match.
mandible claw?
Top five terrible things that could never happen. I'm sorry. A grown ass man, especially Mick Foley, blood, sweat. He probably
Mr.
scratched his
Socko.
ass.
Yeah,
I'm not
between Mr. Sacco and Rakishi Stinkface and probably Boogeyman's worms.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that yeah. Or
Death.
getting crushed by Yokozuna.
Death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
All
was a
of
Yeah,
big
them
boy.
that's
sound like I'd rather die before any of that shit happened. I'm sorry. Rikishi
so you
hiking
can
up them
only
damn
pray.
trunks. I have a
They said he
I
didn't
promise
wipe.
you.
Rikishi not
There's no
wiping
way in
is the
hell.
worst thing possible.
They the fact that he said he didn't wipe one time when he did that shit, I said, you can fully kiss my ass. I don't care if it was the final episode that of Raw that will ever exist. If they was like, hey, let Rikishi put his ass in your face. Y'all have a good night.
I wonder
I'm
how do they
not doing it.
present that to the person.
Like, hear me out. Hear me out. The 2 minutes of camera time that you gonna get tonight, this old man is gonna put his ass in your face for
That's if it's
17
2 minutes.
seconds. I promise you, that's not how my kids are gonna see me on television. I'm not gonna lie to you. Daddy, where
Never
are
say
you at?
never.
In that man's ass right there. I'm not doing it.
Never
That's
say
not my
never. We
legacy.
we live in a day and age where you can get a random spawn of Rakishi.
Chris, I promise you, I'ma say never and be confident in that one. Can't do it. but but before we get fully off track of everything, I still just want to go back to it because you ain't slick. I ain't moving off of that. Travis Scott gonna need to have a match first before I hear anything. That hardcore title, if he gonna wear that damn belt, it needs to be
Yeah.
an Extreme Rules or a hardcore match sometime soon. Travis Scott either
Yeah.
need to put belt to ass on just some random wrestler
I
like a
mean,
Tozawa or
he
something,
just the
or
way
he
he
need to
smacked Cody,
receive belt
something's
to
bound to
ass.
happen. Yeah. He
It
smacked
needs to
Cody,
happen.
so it's a good chance.
Well, I mean,
All
look at
right.
Bad Bunny, right? That
Yeah,
street fight
Bad
with
Bunny.
Damian Priest.
Don't
That
get
was
me
one hell of a
wrong.
show.
Don't get me wrong. I love Bad Bunny. I do not think that him and Travis are giving off the same vibes when it comes to goddamn to a solo match. Because Bad Bunny, he showed his ass off out there in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, well, you got Damien in the back him, so it's like
See,
that's a good
exactly,
person to have behind you.
Yeah.
exactly. So who can you put in a match with Travis Scott and you won't go, why the hell is this happening?
I
It's
mean,
not too many people.
No.
Cody probably be about the best option at the moment. And if you don't
You
do
really gonna
Cody,
send
then I
you
mean,
gonna
yeah,
send Travis Scott to go get belt to ass by Cody Rhodes?
of course. After what he did last night,
Oh no,
yes.
don't get me wrong. Cody gonna have to go get belt to ass, but that should happen at Mania. I do not want to see Travis
Yeah,
Scott back
that's more
until a Saturday
likely.
Night Main
Yeah,
Event or Mania.
yeah. That's probably gonna be the only situation from there out.
Fair
I
enough.
can see
Fair enough.
something happening.
Yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
it's a good chance he won't make it too far from that.
I don't think
Okay.
he'll have a
Okay.
match, but he'll be involved in something.
Yeah.
Uh, for sure. All right. So Vampiro and Sting. What do you got that ranked?
You said out of 10?
Hmm.
Let's go 7.
Mm-hmm. 7. Okay.
I like
Not
that
bad.
feud, but there is a lot better feuds out there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That was one of the. Gotta start off kind of small there.
Yeah.
Out of knowing
Okay.
his work throughout time, like yeah, start small. Something that was kind of pushed back mid 90s.
I'll say 7. I don't want to give it too bad of a rating yet because I don't know what's
Mm,
coming neither, right? So
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
especially with
Fair
Jess.
enough. Oh, I ain't starting out small. John Cena, Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah,
Ooh. Talking about the debut? Or are you
You can
talking
do
about their all-time
anytime.
feud? Ooh.
Hmm. You know what?
That's gotta be in the top 5 for me. Like that was the ruthless aggression, right? For SmackDown.
yeah,
You know that's
I'm gonna
fair.
go.
That's fair. Honestly, the debut of Cena, he
Yeah,
was getting
I'm gonna have to
peak
say
Kurt
4
Angle.
because like that was a huge part of, like I said, a huge part of SmackDown during ruthless aggression.
yeah,
Definitely. Definitely. Okay.
Like you throw Brock
LC.
Lesnar into the mix there, but like it was them three plus Eddie Guerrero that was constantly running the show there.
100%.
yeah.
Without
If you
question.
needed you
Back to
needed a
back
person to
weeks.
take care of it to get the job done, you can call upon
Yep,
any of them.
Needed a
yep,
good match to hit before you go into the pay per view weekend. Send in one of those guys.
yep.
So without question, I can't even be mad at that. Even like I think this is a few John Cena and them had this matchup a few years before the United States Championship was brought back to SmackDown, right? I believe
I
so. I
believe
think it was
so.
like a
Yeah,
year later that
yep.
they brought out the United
Right up
States
to the
Championship
tail.
design that stayed for a while.
See, I'm
So
hoping
okay.
for the retirement match: John Cena versus Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
Give Kurt
I don't
Angle
know. Kurt Angle talking
a
in these
proper retirement
interviews.
match.
See, Kurt
Like
Angle be giving me 50-50 vibes. Sometimes he be like, he sound like he good without wrestling no more, but then he got that never say never. So I don't
it's
know. Kurt
Kurt.
Angle need to quit playing and let me know, is he finna hit somebody with a suplex this year or am I just waiting on nothing?
I hear
So
you. Like that's one
Yeah,
match I'd love to see, man. One last time, Kurt Angle, John Cena.
yeah. I feel like that's how Cena's run should go.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if this gonna be his last year, saying that if he doesn't win the belt, pretty much he's done. After Mania, he's done. So
yeah,
whether they win, lose, or draw, if he wins, does he stay and somehow continue to make it like a different scene? Like we can't just get heel Cena now after
yeah.
all this time, and all we're gonna do with it pretty much is just let it phase out.
oh no, see that ain't internet mania. I don't care what Cena said. Cena also said that he would never sell his soul for any goddamn body. And
Yeah, but
last
it's
night,
The Rock. You got to do it for The Rock.
For our
it's
truth
a lot of
police.
things I do
That's
for the
childhood
Rock.
hero.
It's a lot of things I do for the
Yeah.
Rock, but ain't no goddamn way. Ain't
Drew
no
said, let's
goddamn way.
not
You
jump to
want me to turn my back
conclusions.
on everybody? You want me to say fuck everybody in this building just because you want my soul? Motherfucker, go buy
Yeah.
one. You got a lot of money. The fuck am
I
I
mean,
giving you my
he
soul
bought
for?
one. He bought one that was greater than Cody's soul. He got John Cena's soul.
That
Mm-hmm.
old ass soul. Respectfully,
Hey, it
hell,
might be old, but it's tenured.
shit. That soul just a nostalgia act. Respectfully, I love John Cena, but you should have got. He
I
should have tried to get John Cena's soul in 2015.
That
Respectfully,
wasn't gonna happen. Under certain circumstances, that wasn't gonna happen.
shit, John Cena was ready to
It's
turn heel the first time he faced The Rock. Hell, so therefore,
Yeah,
I know
but
damn well John Cena. Like John Cena,
it's
John
only
Cena
gonna
know
get
damn
better
well if
now.
he wanted to. That's all he said. John Cena said, "Hey, I've been waiting to throw out the jorts and everything." He said, "I had a whole new setup, so therefore, I
Yeah,
know he got some impressive ass ring gear." Just imagine John Cena coming out in a purple singlet. Do you know how many people gonna be fucked up from that?
I don't know
John
about a
Cena
purple
coming out in a
singlet.
purple singlet. That don't even sound right. A purple T-shirt, sure. A purple singlet, call the police. John Cena's not do a wellness check on John Cena. That's what I
Wellness check and John. Say,
exactly. You need to send the authorities to John Cena house because who the hell let him pack that in his luggage and was like, "You off to go wrestle, babe"? No, we checking on John Cena immediately if he got any goddamn purple singlets, trunks, or anything. He too damn old for
hey, he
that mess.
said it's gonna be a great year for him. He's
Yeah,
going
it's
out
gonna
with a
be a great.
bang.
Yeah, all right. Fuck all that. But Chris, it's on you for the next one.
All right, I had two different ones in mind, but one of my favorites, I have to say, Ray versus Eddie.
Ooh.
Halloween Havoc, obviously,
Uh,
that. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
about to say
What
Halloween
you ain't want
Havoc
to do, Dominic?
'97.
yeah, yeah.
You ain't want to do custody for Dominic?
Like,
No, no, that one wasn't really. It's like too much stipulation kind of dilutes it for me, and it's like seeing where Dominic is current day. He would have been fine either side,
Oh, oh no, I'm
but
fully
let it
trolling.
just
That
be
was a
their
cleanling.
actual like precursor history.
Oh no, I'm trolling.
I
That
love
was
what
an
they're doing
awful
with
match.
Dominic.
Respectfully.
Yeah,
But yet, for Eddie versus Ray '97 Halloween Havoc, that's going number three. Like that's in my top
Mm.
three for sure.
definitely. Yeah,
And every match
that's
they've ever
literally my
had,
third of my top three.
like every match they've had, it just kept getting better and better, right? Like
Yeah,
two of the
that
best
chemistry.
luchador technicians out there.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's a
Actually, you wasn't gonna see that pretty much anywhere else. Everybody had their own style, and you can tell that it was showcased different from everyone else on TV at that time.
okay, okay. So let's
Like
do a little
bringing Rey
checkup on
Mysterio
that.
in to WWE, like when he first debuted,
Oh
best
yeah,
thing ever. Having him and Eddie feud there during the Ruthless Aggression.
Okay,
and I'm
okay.
glad they did it right off. Go ahead instead of waiting too long, because then it's
Yep.
like we lost Eddie, and
Hmm.
then after that, it was kind of like a little downhill from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shortly after Chris
So
Benoit.
Yeah,
we got Vampiro and Sting at 7. We got Cena and Kurt Angle at 4. We got 3, you just said, and then I feel like it was another one. Am I forgetting one, or we just at 4? We just did 4 apiece.
I think we just did three
um,
so far.
yeah, I
We just
believe we
did
only did three so far.
we did 3. I swear I
Imperial
thought we did
Sting,
another one. Imperial Sting. We did
And you'd
yeah. We
pick
did
John
Cena.
Cena and Kurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
John and
Cena and
Kurt.
Kurt.
And then
Okay,
Eddie and
okay,
Ray we just did.
Yep, that's that. Yeah,
okay,
Eddie Ray. Yeah, that's everybody.
okay. Bet. Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Mm.
Ruthless aggression. Let's say I think that was No, it was SummerSlam when Shawn Michaels came out in
SummerSlam Street
jeans.
Fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good feud, man. Good feud. I'm gonna give that one number five.
Okay,
But like
5.
I love when there were DX and it was the triple threat John Cena, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. You always see this clip,
Yeah,
right? And Shawn just
yeah,
super kicks him, right?
Oh,
Like out of the
we
blue,
watched
like
that together. Oh,
yeah.
we watched that match. Like that was when Shawn Michaels kicked him. I ain't gonna lie to you. My jaw dropped. Chris jumped up with excitement. I was like, "What just
I knew
happened?"
what we was in for.
I was just so confused. But I was like, at the
It,
end of the day, Triple H low
it's
key
about
deserved
that
that shit.
timing. Yeah, it was about that
I ain't
timing.
gonna lie to you. Like he had a few receipts in the past that Shawn Michaels definitely had to bring out real quick for that match. So
Well, Triple H was ruthless during his Evolution days, right? Like
Oh yeah,
there was
the
no
same
one
way
Hunter
better.
Triple
Hurst
H.
was completely different person.
Oh,
Mm,
just coming out with sledgehammer, like just hammering people.
man.
Like that's what
Chamber match
separates
that you
him.
had.
Yeah, yeah. Chamber matches down to just like I don't know any of Hunter's Iron Man matches. I would have loved to see him do a lot more last minute standing matches.
Yep.
Yeah, that for sure would have solidified that. But Cerebral Assassin Days was well ahead of his time. He had everybody else still trying to pull off the '80s look or trying to find that difference in it. It's like he was given a elegance route his first time down Jean Paul Levesque, and then it was like, all right, what you gonna do from here now? Thankfully, it transitioned into Degeneration X because that
Yep.
I felt like that was his real career saver right there.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
like that was punishment too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Curtain call. And then he becomes Hunter Harris Tamsley with the music and
yeah. I feel
Okay.
like they could have went down a lot of routes that would have hurt him, but thankfully he just stuck it out.
stuck
Oh
it
yeah,
out,
nah. He
dude.
definitely
And look
turned.
at him now,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, he
Like
definitely turned shit to sugar without question. All right, LC, it's on you for the next one.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go down a different route. I'm gonna give you. We have the one of the most infamous time points of current day NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw, where pretty much you had basically all brands going against each other.
I
You had the
wasn't watching
matches
wrestling at
between.
that time.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was that period. Okay, let me go back a little bit differently from there. Macho Man Hulk Hogan.
Ooh, classic.
I
I was
want to
never a Hogan
say,
fan.
yeah, no. You see,
I'm not
on
a
here we
Hogan
call
fan.
him Terry, but
Sorry, my finger slipped. I just sorry, finger slipped.
I'm gonna give that one. I'll give it a 9.
yeah,
I was never a Hogan fan, man. Like he had some good matches with Sting. I'll give him that. I can't take anything away from him. Look what he's done for WWE, right?
yeah,
But I just never been a fan of his style.
yeah.
Because he only
It was
had five
definitely
moves.
as much as they talk about John, Hogan was the only person with only a few
Hogan
moves,
had
which was weird.
Hogan had five
Cause yeah,
moves, and all of them were
Yep.
taunts.
Japan Hogan was different. For some reason, Japan will bring out the best in your wrestler because
Oh,
Hmm? Oh, LC
oh, he's back.
disappeared for a minute. I
oh
thought the
yeah,
Undertaker was gonna pop back up.
that'd be crazy. Pop up behind me. I got to make a cutout for
Yeah.
Taker.
uh, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna put Undertaker right there. As soon as you pop back up, it ain't gonna be you. It's gonna be the Undertaker photo right in
Perfect.
front of you. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's keep it going. We are gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna give you a chance to see exactly where you're gonna put this because I got a good feeling where this match is gonna go, and I'm personally purposefully doing this so you can put it there. We are
Okay.
going to do Chavo Guerrero versus Kane WrestleMania 24 for the ECW
Ooh.
Championship.
I don't know if I ever watched that match. I don't even think I saw
I'm
WrestleMania 24 yet. Like ever
oh
since we got WWE back on Netflix, I'm
Yeah,
watching
mhm.
98 right now, and I'm trying to
Mm.
rewatch everything, all the pay-per-views, the Raws, the Smackdowns.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
a lot in that catalog. Like before the
Oh
network
yeah.
went
Well,
down, it was still a lot there, but now it's good that it's on Netflix. That way you can actually get a chance to see everything, but it's stuff
yep.
that's based off, a time in that period where it was like just seeing it during that day was different.
Oh, it was.
Facts.
Half the stuff they did then they cannot do now.
Oh no.
Like
Yeah. Gimmicks and
different
all.
times.
Mm-mm, not at all. You know, I'm purposefully set that up for you just to put that at number 10 because I'm not gonna lie to you, I would not tell you to go back and watch that match. It is a squash match at Mania.
Okay.
Literally, Chavo took off that little cute little thing that he wore out to the ring and everything. He took that off, immediately came out, choke slammed him, and won the ECW championship. Me personally, for you, Gerald, because I like you so much, I'm gonna put that at 10 for you because it's
That
not a
sounds
good
good to
match.
me.
I just wanted to get
That
10 out the
sounds
way.
good.
See, I just wanted 10 out the way so we ain't got to worry about it no more. So these next ones,
Perfect.
wherever you rank these next ones, I'm perfectly okay with all of
Sounds good to me.
that. Elsie.
All right. Let me see here. Oh, how could I, out of all of these, not bring this one up? Taker and Mankind.
Ooh.
Mm.
But which
Hell in a
match?
We doing
Cell.
the boiler room?
Oh, dude. Okay. That's easily my top two.
Yeah.
Easily my top two.
It's like
Like my
that
ex,
was that moment.
she
That was
wasn't a
that
wrestling
moment.
fan. My ex
Without
wasn't a
question.
wrestling fan, but when I found King of the Ring '98
Mm.
on it was on Sports at the time, I was like, we're watching this match. Like
Oh
just
yeah.
crazy, dude. Like Undertaker thought he killed him. Like
The look
so
at his
I'm gonna
face was
put that
like, "Don't break character," but is he dead?
right.
But
I'm gonna go with
and
number
then
one.
that photo of mankind, I mean Undertaker looking down that goddamn Mick Foley and shit like that. I can't wait to find that to get that photo enlarged. I'm hanging that shit up somewhere in this house
Oh yeah.
because that
They thought
that
they had to
is
finish.
one of the
Like they thought they had
moments.
to do a different finish. Like I don't know if you watched this. Oh, what's it called? Broken Skull Sessions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He mentioned on there where they were like, we might have to change the finish because
The finish should have been
mankind was
changed
messed up.
immediately, anyways. As soon as Mick Foley went through that goddamn table, everybody should have came together and was like, "Hey, let's just pin him quickly. Let's get him out of here." I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mick wasn't allowing that.
I don't care what Mick Foley
And
wanted. I would have handcuffed his ass to a gurney. Ain't no way in hell you finishing this goddamn match like this.
He said, "We're
But
like
since
finishing
in
he
the
did
match
it,
different
whether you
time,
want to."
since he did it
like
though, I
props to
mean, it did
WWE
come out
now,
a great match. I mean, it
like
definitely.
props with the
I mean,
concussion protocol. Like they needed
Yeah.
that in there, especially after after the Benoit situation, right?
Yeah. That
100%.
it should have been made a thing well before the.
Yeah,
Of course,
hundred
honestly, if
percent.
we're gonna be real, safety and for wrestlers should have happened during the Owen Hart situation. To be real, like
Yeah,
it's
Thoroughly.
just
Yeah.
so many things happen. It's like you could even say during the steroids trial, like the investigation for that, like wrestlers' health should have been taken considerably more caution during that time. But I guess I can understand now because it was during the early time. Nobody really was talking about concussions and all of this other stuff. But now,
Yeah.
since it's
Mental
getting the
health.
attention that it's
Everything.
needed,
yeah.
yeah, since now that concussion protocol is something that's serious, like you can't even cut a promo if you got concussion protocol because now it's just like your safety is everything. So big ups to
Boys,
wrestling companies all over who actually take mental the mental impact of CTE to a whole different level now. You got so many resources now backstage in different departments where people are taking this stuff serious. And that's really the only thing that WWE I would say had a point for me back then because it seemed like so many guys were in like so many guys talked about their first round about with these injuries and everything where they just fought through it and just was like I'm a little bit banged up. My head hurts a little bit, but I can wrestle.
Yep.
Now it's to the point where you tell them, "Oh, I got a headache from this match. You off for 2 weeks because we don't want to
Yep.
take any risk." And
I wouldn't
I
want to
love that.
either.
I just love that
Especially
for
seeing
WWE
as
and like
it's
all companies now.
yeah, you never know. It could be bleeding on the brain or anything, and have not
That's
being
Thousand
exactly
checked
it.
percent.
out. Yeah, it's a lot that can go wrong in there.
Yep.
1000%. And then what's my next match? I am gonna go with, just because not too many people talk about this match. Me personally, I like this match.
Yep.
CM Punk versus Umaga strap match. I believe it was Extreme Rules.
Trim rules. That was
Uh,
08.
yeah,
I think so.
it was either '08 or '09. I believe '08.
I don't know
I
if I
think
ever
it's 08.
saw that match, but I do like Umaga and I do like Punk. You know, like like Solo's doing the perfect replacement of Umaga. You know, like when I see Solo, I see Umaga.
Okay, I mean honestly, like he
I'm
even did a
gonna.
tribute to him at NXT. Like he I
Yep.
think it was I forgot exactly who injured him, but like it was a fireball thrown at Solo, and he came back with like his face like halfway like Samoan, with the Samoan paint, exactly how the Usos and Umaga used to do. So
Yep.
I seen it at that time too, but then once,
Mhm.
like you said, he started bringing that spike and then his Uranagi and everything, like you could really
Yeah.
tell like, oh, okay, the Usos have their own little moves and set and everything, but it's like Solo took over the bully type of wrestling, and that's what I
Yeah.
always like end up just mentioning. What I love is just a good old bully wrestler. Like I can push you around, and what the hell you gonna do about it? Nothing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're
mm,
not stronger
I
than me.
especially
stopped
You're not
now.
watching
tougher than
wrestling.
me.
When did I stop watching? 07 is when I stopped
Mm,
watching.
okay.
Um, Now we had a show in St. John. I want to say 20. Yeah, it would have been 2015. I started
Mm,
watching like for a week or like for a couple of weeks just to get the storylines before they came here, and then I stopped watching because the girl I was with at the time she didn't like wrestling, right? So,
oh,
but
That's a difficult situation. I definitely understand that one.
right.
Yeah,
But Umaga versus CM
yeah.
Punk, let's make that 7 because I have a feeling
7.
that would have been a banger
That's
of a
fair.
match, and that's a
Fair.
match I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna watch when I get there, right?
It's definitely a good match, honestly. Like it's one of those matches where it's like you look back at it and go to yourself, "Damn, this could have went like a co-main event type of match, just because
Yep.
CM Punk style at that time versus Umaga style at that time. You really just seen Umaga legit just squash people. So him having to actually put up a fight with CM Punk or rookie CM Punk in that matter, cinema to me
And the fact
personally.
that's a strap match, so like anything goes with Umaga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
yeah,
telling you,
which
I
Seems
wouldn't want to
is
be
like
stepping in the
Punk
ring with
knows
it.
his way
definite.
around a strap match.
No, yeah. Now you got Zilla, his actual son.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a sight. I know that's bound to happen soon for sure.
Definitely had to meet up. Definitely had to go get
Yeah.
his get back for his dad. I ain't gonna lie to
Oh,
you.
of course.
Okay, okay. Chris, I think it's on you. I think we got two more left.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What numbers we have? We
I
have
haven't.
2
Yeah,
and 8,
yeah.
I believe.
Two
I
and eight.
haven't mentioned him on the channel as much before, but Dave Batista has a great catalog when it comes to matches out of everyone that he has faced.
Yep.
We could do, yeah, Ray versus Batista.
Ray versus Batista. So when Batista
Yeah.
betrayed him after after
Yes.
the tag team,
Yes.
and that was a WrestleMania match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I want to say, oh, I know I'm probably got to butcher that. Like, in there,
Right? Like again, if I'm not
19.
mistaken, correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
I don't think so.
I
I
remember
think
that being on
I
a
forgot
2K
where it
game too,
was.
because it was part of the showcase.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't put that one at 2. but I'm kind of
Fair.
scared of what's coming next too. But I do like some of Dave Batista's matches. Like he has had some classics.
Oh yeah.
Like again, being Evolution, like all of them boys have classic matches. Flair, Hunter, like that was a great year for Randy Orton and for Batista, right? Like
Agreed. 1,000%. And your number
who
two,
was it?
don't worry. I said your number two, you ain't got to be scared for it. Number two is where you're putting this match: Edge, Christian, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, SummerSlam
Oh yeah, that's going to.
1999.
Yeah.
That's going to.
And
I love the
just
Dudleys,
this is
one of my
just
favorite
for
tag teams.
Justin. That's just
Like
this for
love the
Justin
Hardys.
Summers. That's for you, buddy. Just because you like to always talk about me not adding the Hardy Boys in our tag team list, that's for you.
Is you
You
have
see?
left the Hardys out for a while.
Oh yeah, I've done it on purpose multiple times. This time I know he's watching. So
Of
Justin,
course, of course.
And there's nothing like a tag team match, especially rough and one, because there's so many moving
without
parts to it,
question,
right?
tag team
Like
wrestling,
right now, it's Scotty
honestly,
Crew
that
and Chevron's our champions,
really,
and they were in a
hmm,
few with the Strong Brothers, and they were putting on some good matches,
Oh yeah.
really good matches.
yeah. Especially also a team that we also have our eyes on is Sabotage too. Like Sabotage
Hmm.
has I've been doing this for a minute. I've been hearing, so we got a
Yep,
chance to actually look at the match that they did with AWOL, and it was a great match, honestly. So it's like tag team wrestling should get a little bit more of a push in 2025 for me personally. And I
I'm
don't
hoping.
mean just in WWE, but I mean just anywhere. A good tag team match can really make or break something because a guy can go
Yeah.
one on one with almost anybody. You can book an entire show one on one matches
Yep,
only, and that'd be cool. But
Yeah, I
seeing two
kind of
different
said that with
styles of
the
people,
pure match setup and even down to the underground way that they do the underground matches. You can
yeah,
have tag matches, triple threat matches in that setting. Yeah, it's gonna seem like one giant hockey fight, but if you actually have some type of story set up for that, like what's the reason for them just randomly fighting without ropes?
yep,
Give it a little scene. Give it, yeah, everybody can be bad at each other for something, but it's not always necessary.
yep.
You can
at all.
just have that as like, all right, you got these two teams that hate each other. You can have the Profits and say Los
Or Three
Garza.
Machine Guns.
Yeah, versus Machine Guns would be a perfect setup for that. That'd be the perfect match setup. That way, it's
And
not
that would
just
be a
off of
banger.
it's not just off of tags. It's not based off who's in the ring, who's legal. You literally can just let them guys go at it and just determine pin or knockout or submission.
Without question.
Yeah.
Without
It's
question.
still a lot of moving parts in the match like that.
Oh yeah,
As a
yeah,
referee, like
yeah.
constantly checking
'Cause-
on them, right? Because they're putting each other through a beating.
right, and then it's like legally wise, the match can end in a ring, but take away that stipulation. Just it could end
Yep,
anywhere. Yeah.
yep,
That way, if you don't see something, it's not falling on you.
yep.
Good point. I mean, a no holds barred tag team match. I don't know the last time we've seen that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I,
Everything's been kind of formal lately because it's been like a resurgence of pro wrestling. Definitely
hmm
with the machine guns being on main television now.
Yep.
Like these are the two guys that they basically stated for years, like, oh, okay, they're just tag team guys. Let's let them do that. But in TNA, they showcase them as not only just world champions, X Division champions,
X
but
Division.
yeah,
Like they were the TNA champ too. Alex Shelley
right,
was right.
yeah, yeah, they was holding
yeah,
both belts simultaneously. I was
Yep.
like, I
they
definitely would have
definitely was
loved to
able
see
to make it
them.
work.
Yeah, even now, it's currently you have Joe Hendry in that position, but prior to that, Moose being the champion.
Yep.
You had Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler hold the belt. You got literally the guys that are workhorses in every other promotion that's not being promoted as a champion that has held the belt and showed that they can do something with that.
Yep.
Hardy
Like there
Boys.
hasn't been a terrible run of that belt besides
Mm,
one or two guys that don't get talked about on this
I was
channel.
gonna say, I was gonna say, respectfully love Eric Young when he first won that belt.
Yeah,
When
first go
TNA
around,
tried to
Yep.
make it like the
yeah,
Daniel Bryan moment, it kind of threw me off because like y'all could have did this so much better instead of trying to be like, oh hey, let's mock the boyhood dream storyline again. It's like
yeah.
I
I
ain't
mean, he
like
was just
that.
coming from under that, and then it was like not knowing that he was about to leave to go to WWE was kind of the
Yep.
okay, yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, I mean, Eric, yeah, first go around not so much, but second go around to most
oh,
recent, he's
Hmm.
not
done.
mad at
Yeah,
it.
he's done well.
Yeah,
The
he
turn
definitely
on
done
Josh
well.
Alexander.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
Like,
I wasn't
huge.
expecting that for
I
sure.
didn't see the event. I just started
Yeah,
watching TNA myself, but like
yeah,
I was seeing clips of it, and I was like I was following that story a little bit too, right?
right.
From the I Quit match for with oh, what's his name now? Santana.
Santana, yeah, yeah, which is
Like,
also becoming
I forgot
the
that.
main face over there. Yeah, Santana, you know, they had him as a tag team guy for a long time. LAX and then Proud and Powerful in AEW, but
yep,
kind of see how that was going over there, which is kind of sad because they didn't get that moment everybody wanted them to have in AEW, but
yep.
that's how
Because
life
there's
works
too many damn
sometimes.
people over there.
Sometimes the opportunity
Yeah,
just doesn't come. Look at Ethan Page, right?
right,
Like,
right,
never got the opportunity in AEW. Comes to NXT, starts killing it.
right. Instantly
Lexus
off
Immediately.
King is
bat.
another.
Yeah, because I
Now
mean
Ricky
they
Starks.
only
I'm
promoted him.
excited
Yeah,
for Ricky.
yeah. Ricky definitely that's well overdue. Like
Yes.
last year we talked about it a lot, having the whole name change scene and everything.
Yep.
It's kind of like Karrion Cross, his first go around,
Yeah.
and then when he got called up to the main roster with the weird gimmick that was added on to his character, it's like Cross doesn't need that extra stuff
No.
to be dangerous. Like he could literally kill you by just staring at you. Just let him do everything he was doing prior to White Rabbit, and you're good. Which is
And
like
look what he's doing
now
with Candid.
essentially, yeah, right, right. Now it's perfect time
Yep.
because yeah, come Mania, I'm kind of gonna be hurt if he doesn't have a match on the card
I mean,
because
people are
yeah,
trying to say that he might get Karrion Cross.
yeah, that's what
I
I'm
mean, we might
saying.
get
Like
Karrion
Kerry
Cross.
needs
No,
a match on the card.
I'm sorry. I meant Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross. Like I was
Yeah,
That'd be
like, people been
perfect.
saying that
yeah,
that could be a match, and I'm not mad at it. But it's
yeah.
just
Like
like,
they could
No.
still do a cinematic match and he could pull that off easy.
Have you seen what Kieran's been doing on Instagram?
Yeah,
Like when
Instagram,
he took the
X,
pile
yeah,
driver and start pretend to
oh,
call Sammy? Like that's
right.
perfect, man.
it makes sense for Karrion and Sammy to get some type of interaction because just think about this: everything that Karrion Cross touched has
It
became
failed.
evil.
Yep, everything
Yep.
The
from the
Miz,
New Day.
from the Bloodline, the goddamn AJ Styles, Drew
Yep.
Yeah.
McIntyre. So many people have crossed paths with Karrion Cross and have nothing but bad shit happen. Either bad shit happen or them turning into a bad guy. The only person who
And
didn't
he
was
didn't
Rey
have to win those
Mysterio.
matches.
But like Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio, it happened to him, but the only thing that kept happening was people kept turning on his ass.
Yeah.
Carlito,
That was
Santos,
bound to happen with.
Dominic, even more. Like Dominic was already a bad guy during that time. They let Karrion Cross be like, "Hey, raise my next target." Dom was like, "You know what? My dad having too much peace right now. Let me go give him hell one more time this month." It's like it's just like Karrion Cross has been such a low key underrated part of 2024. Well, late
Yeah.
2024, it's starting into 2025 this year. I think low key Karrion could have that sleeper pick for me winning Money in the Bank this
Oh
year,
yeah, I can see
respectfully.
that.
That'd be perfect
I was
for him.
saying that about Rumble. Yeah, but Money in the Bank will be more fitting on his end Seeing as
Yeah,
how you can give him the opportunity to do that anywhere, he can cash in same night. I'll be okay with
And
it.
I just got the
yeah,
perfect way to set that up in the match. Just imagine, because I know he's not going after the WWE no time soon. But the
yeah.
World
No,
Heavyweight Championship, as soon as
Yeah,
Jay get done defending the championship, the lights go pitch black, the lights come pop right back up, but it's just a spotlight with that little goddamn that little sand
his
the
timer thing.
hourglass.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
the
the
hourglass, yeah,
hourglass and the money in the bank briefcase just sitting in the ring, nobody else, and then carrying music pop. Cinema right
yeah,
there because he's been talking
Yes.
about getting his moment. He said, when it's my time to take it, I'm going to take it all.
right. And hopefully they don't try to push it as immediately pushing him with the YS6 because now that we
Oh, no.
have Alexa back, that's kind of going to throw things in a different perspective. You can put
Oh, yeah.
Alexa
They're
with
not
the
messing each other
YS6 and
again.
that'd be cool. But I know for a fact he was originally supposed to be a part of that faction.
Yeah,
So it was a yeah, it
after
was
the
a give or take.
YS6 got traded to SmackDown and
Yeah,
everybody from Final Testament basically got released, but him and
Released.
Scarlett,
which
he is
was
staying his
like
ass on Raw.
yeah. So
He is not messing with the
giving him and
YS6
Scarlett
again.
their own stuff to do, like the way he was presented NXT wise, he was under that
Cute.
psychopath gimmick, so he could
Cute
actually
cinema,
do different things.
without
And coming
question.
up to the main roster, it was like they didn't really know what to do. So just giving him something and being like, "Hey, go do this."
Yeah.
And that didn't work. Let him go back, figure that part back out, and just let him run with it.
Yep.
Like
So,
prior to Damien coming over, his punishment Martinez gimmick was basically the same as who he is right now currently. But it was a lot less
mm,
conversation, more I'm gonna punch you in the face and we're gonna just fight it out.
okay, I definitely was gonna
Yeah.
say Punishment Martinez was more belt to ass. Damian
Oh yeah,
Priest is
it was a
more
lot more
beat the
fight.
hell out of you for a little bit.
Yeah, Priest he gonna give you a little bit of conversation now. It's not
Yeah, he
really
gonna
his
talk
fault.
his
It's
shit to
just
you.
yeah, you got to be able to speak on the mic.
Definitely a low key that's overrated to me personally because there's so many people who ain't good on the goddamn mic but can produce one hell of a
Yeah.
match.
Yeah,
Respectfully, Goldberg, what Prime Goldberg, even though I say that he got a few good matches and shit like that, but hell, Goldberg didn't have to tell you what I'm gonna do to you and make it convincing enough.
that
Goldberg just
was
had to
one
walk
person
out,
that
spear
needed an
your ass,
advocate.
and then leave.
If
Yeah. Oh,
Oop, you cut out again, Chris. So, guys, unfortunately, Chris had a little connection issues and everything, so we're gonna get all of that fixed. But now we are actually gonna get into something we call 20-minute heat wave. So basically, for the next, because a few questions I'm gonna have, you gonna have to pick through some challenging things. I'm gonna be real with you. Most of these
okay.
gonna be wrestling, but some of them gonna be just personal questions, just to see if I like you as a person outside of all of this too. So,
All good, dude.
all right. Well, with that being said, go ahead and let the timer begin. And you know what? I'm gonna ask you this question. You being a referee and everything, you didn't travel a good amount of places in Canada. So I'm gonna ask you, what is the mustiest city you've had to officiate a match in?
Well, I haven't left New Brunswick yet. So I've only been doing this for half a year. But oh man, it's hard to pick one spot. Like
Really?
I've been to a lot of events. I can't remember an event that was like really quiet, you know? I've been to
Mm-hmm.
events where we've had like small what's the word I'm looking for? Small crowd, but they were loud the whole
Mm-hmm.
time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I love, the loudness of the fans. I'm gonna have to go with Fredericton.
Mm.
Now these guys line up at like 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. Doors open at like 6.
Mm.
Oh man.
Like they're diehard fans. So I'll have to go with
Yeah.
Fredericton because we
Okay,
again we
okay,
get from 300 to 500 fans a show there, right? Like,
okay, okay. I like that. I
Yeah.
like
That's
that. Hmm.
and just the
You
venue being
know,
in
I'm
the
getting too many
exhibit center,
people to.
having the
You know,
guardrails, like it's just like it's like an old school feel, right?
I'm getting too many people to answer this question for me, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When we started doing interviews and stuff like that, nobody wanted to tell us these. Nobody wanted to tell us one of the mustiest cities. So it's just like being able to actually keep getting these answers now back to back to back. Love it. And you know
But like
what?
again, there's nothing against any other town. Like I love every place I've refed in, but it's just Fredericton has a show every month, right? And like
yeah.
the
Hmm.
fans are always there every month,
Okay. Okay.
and they're die hard. Like you see a lot of people in the front row, they're there every show,
Hey, that's
and that's
dedication
what
and
makes this
loyalty to
business
it,
is the fans. Like none of us
without
could do it
question.
if without them. Like I don't know how they did it during COVID, man. Like having no crowd and trying to do a show,
Terrible,
it's a
terrible
different feeling.
times.
Yeah. Especially when you feed off energy. Yeah, that'd be too quiet for
Hmm.
me.
Yeah,
Like
especially how
it's just
wrestling
like being
picked up
in a
after
training
that.
environment, right?
Yeah.
100%.
You get
Because
prepared for the
wrestling
crowd,
taking
and then
off.
it's like no crowd.
Yeah, because wrestling took off after COVID. Like wrestling
Oh
became
yeah.
Oh,
cool again almost immediately after COVID went away. Well, not
Everybody
went away, but
missed
like
it
became
really.
less scary to everybody. Like
like doesn't matter
wrestling
what
was like,
promotion I ref for, they're always loud. They're great. Like the next show on the 14th in Riverview, I'm excited for it because I
Oh
haven't been
yeah.
there since November.
hey, definitely gonna have to end up looking out for that stuff too. Because honestly, we've been talking and we feel like we need to come out there and visit and look at some professional wrestling and everything. Innovative hybrid, CCW,
Yeah.
IPW, with them finally
Superstars of wrestling.
releasing their,
Yeah.
yeah, like being able to see some of that stuff. I really want to be able to be a little bit more into the independent culture of wrestling out there in Canada. So we definitely gonna have to stop in there and see exactly what's going on, because we've been doing so many interviews. It's about time that we actually get a chance to come see exactly how you guys get down in the Maritimes. So
Hit me up if you come up.
Oh yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
do.
We have less than a year to get that together because it's time.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
without question.
No,
And you
dude,
know
hit me
what?
up if you guys come up.
Oh yeah.
Bet we definitely will. Hmm.
The boys
You
would
know
be
what?
pumped.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We definitely have some fun.
Oh, without question. We we gotta schedule. We gotta basically a full plan on things we want to get done while we're there. We want to be able to see the Maritime Wrestling Academy. We want to be able to see all different shows. We want to get a chance
Yep.
to do some in-person interviews. So us coming out there definitely seems like something that we are gonna have to do here in the very, very, very near future. So be on the
Definitely.
lookout for us out there in Canada, because we definitely gonna have to get in touch some more.
Oh,
And
that'd be
Elsie,
great,
it's gonna
dude.
be
You
on
gotta have
you.
Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I've been hearing about it so much because everybody every show they was like, "Yo, have you tried this yet?" Like, no, but that's the top place. I
Yeah,
can't
Ketchup
wait.
they've been talking
chips.
about the coffee out there,
Yeah.
so definitely gonna have to see what that coffee like. Even though I'm not a big coffee person, I definitely want to have to see exactly what it is, because everybody
Oh
see
man,
Chris
you know
drinking
I
his
need my
coffee and
cup
they
in the
are,
morning.
yeah,
Oh, I'm the
like
exact
Chris
same way,
would get,
man.
like
Like
he
I
would
didn't have
get
sugar
when
this morning, so I just ordered a Tim's from on DoorDash.
cause
Oh, hey,
Chris
I
legit,
definitely
like
understand.
he coffee man supreme, like legit. He came over to my place and was like, I was like, oh damn, I ain't got coffee for you. He left and went to go get coffee. He
I
left and
believe
went
it.
to the
Yep.
nearest coffee place. Like I was like, damn, is it that serious? I was like,
It's that serious.
I damn near almost started drinking coffee my damn self after that. I was like, this mother.
I was up and energized. Then we had a pod that day. I was like, yeah, I need this.
Facts, facts. But it's on you now for the second question.
All right. So career wise, looking at favorite stipulations and everything, what's the one match that you really want to ref before you really start to wind down your refing career? Like whether it's, between two people or a Hell in a Cell match or anything under the sun, pretty much.
Well, I'm gonna think small, right? Like WWE stuff like that. It obviously that's a dream.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
But
like
that's what we
Yeah,
thinking about, dreaming big.
yeah,
of course.
you're right. Well, I'm gonna do two then. I'm gonna do a local.
Hmm.
I'd like to do a steel cage
Oh
locally.
yeah.
Mm,
I'd love to do a steel cage or even a TLC locally. That'd be sick.
Oh definitely. Thousand
nice.
percent.
If we're talking
Okay.
WWE, a chamber match would be sick.
Oh yeah.
Hell in a
Without
Cell.
question.
But I think
One
War
of the
Games.
big four. Yeah, war
I-
games would definitely be
War Games
fun.
would be fun.
Yeah.
I, I ain't gonna
I
lie
was
to you. I
watching
feel
some
like
of the
refereeing
original
during the
war
Rumble
games
time would be
matches
fire.
and
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
They even had a War
Even
Games
down to
match on
like yeah.
Nitro one night.
Yeah. Which was like it was an odd, but I mean if you're gonna keep both rings put up, you might as well
Yep.
throw some
Yeah, you
extra
might as well
flair in there.
utilize them.
Yeah, I always said that
100%.
Definitely.
about those matches. Like come those days when you know you have two rings set up, use that as an extra spot, of course.
Yep.
Like don't just leave it there and not use it, or just leave it for a couple matches. Like yeah, I have every match pretty much use that as an extra go ahead.
Yeah, you definitely might
I'd
as well
love to
just
work a local
let
show
both
with two
matches
rings.
be
Oh yeah,
used. Like
that
hell,
should
beat
become
the
a
hell out
normal
of him and
staple.
then travel to the other ring.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, hey,
that makes
we need at
sense.
least one company to go ahead and just have two rings set
Oh,
Like,
without question. Like
I would like to see an
it makes the most
inter promotion battle, right? Like IHW versus
up.
CCW or something like that, right?
That would actually make a lot more sense. That way you can promote both companies with both rings. And even if you're doing just like a company based, like say IPW is on one side and AAW is on the other, if they're just promoting a match in their ring, they can promote it there. And then you can still have time to promote a whole different match in the other side.
Exactly. And
Well,
some
it's
guys
not
I feel
going
like
wrestle
on
that
at
would
the
both
same
confuse
companies.
time. Yeah.
that might
Yeah.
confuse a little people, but I don't see that being a terrible idea though.
Right, right. Like, long as everything isn't going on at the same time, then it
Oh
gives
yeah, of
it
course
much
not.
more time to breathe. Like two
See,
matches going on at the same time, yeah, that's a lot to deal with. That's like high school wrestling all over again.
see, that would have been the perfect spot, low key, to do the rumble. Have two rings, some low key, because them that ring
Mhm.
fill up quickly. Like it
Oh
seemed
yeah, yeah.
like it seemed like every 40, like they say every 2 to 3 minutes a wrestler gonna come out, but it's always seemed like it's
Like about a minute 30.
35 seconds. Like it's 35 seconds, and then we got the next person. I was like, damn, goddamn, like Charlotte Flair just got in this bitch. How we on 30 already? Like, damn.
That's how quick it
Right?
goes. Like especially
Like
for the
two
ones
minutes
that's
seems
in the
like
match.
nothing.
I
See,
was hoping for someone else to win that Rumble.
Yeah,
I
I was
really
pretty
you
was.
and me
shocked
both.
by that. It's
Yeah.
like
You and
it.
me both.
I'm trying to make sense of it, but I feel like it's a lot of people that could have benefited from that. So give
Roxanne
or take next
Perez.
year is gonna be yeah, Roxanne for sure is being number one. And
Oh,
then
she
now you
kills it
also
there.
have yeah. It's like even if they went down a route of somebody else winning it and challenging NXT World Champion, Women's Champion,
Yep.
you can still promote it as a main event WrestleMania match caliber that session. Like yeah, we know it's probably be second to last match, but at least it's giving like some light with a new face added to it.
Shit,
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
Hell, cause I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Bianca. I love Rhea. It should have been Jade versus Bianca at Mania. Not saying I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like Naomi. I love Naomi too. I love
Yep.
I
Naomi
see
because
them
she
pulling
was
the
a
trigger on that for next year for sure.
yeah. Since she was a
I don't
Funkadactyl,
think
I
that story's
love
done,
Naomi.
boys.
But
No, far
oh no,
from it.
without
Far from it.
question,
Yeah, she
without
didn't
question.
even acknowledge Bianca in the corner there, so I know that's going to be that extra. Okay, you just ran up and got to beat Naomi. And then
You
they
were
just basically had her
you
crying in the corner the whole time.
Yep.
you wasn't even at the crib, but I said the same shit. I said she didn't even acknowledge Bianca. She immediately just went
Nope.
and beat the hell out of
Yep.
Naomi. And
Which
I
was
know
like
it's more
perfect
to tell with
swerve
that.
because who better to have in the ring than the person that they think did it and the person that actually did it?
He did it.
Even though for
Oh,
this
Like
entire
the
time we
stakes.
all been biased about, okay, we don't know if she actually, but it
like
makes sense if it is Naomi.
I've been fighting for Naomi like we was in court. I was like, Naomi ain't do it. I said, not
Right?
Naomi. I said, I see Bianca doing it before Naomi. I said they would
Yeah.
never let
Yeah,
Naomi do
but
some evil like this. And they
at the
did, and
time, it's like she was being pushed out of the big three picture.
Yeah.
It's better for it to be Naomi, seeing as Bianca and Jay were tag champions at the time, so it's no real reason besides if it was some hidden jealousy. But Bianca is
I ain't think of
she's
it like that.
tenured with holding the belts more recently, and she
Damn,
Now,
kind of
I
when
like
they
didn't
both
taking
think
did
of
it,
Jade
that
under the
like that.
wing.
That's some good shit.
I also was thinking that too. Had it been like an actual double team situation where she can play it off as, oh, I wasn't there, or I just so happened to see this happen and be over there
But
well,
I
like
because they
mean,
ran
it
the
Jade
was
didn't
footage back.
respect.
acknowledge
Yeah.
Bianca,
Like
right? You guys even
respectfully,
mentioned
Yep.
it
I don't
yourself.
think
She
Liv
did not
Morgan
acknowledge her.
Nope.
But
like
like Bianca's in the
at
chamber, so
all,
she's not going to try go after her in the chamber. She's just going to wait till after.
Yeah.
without
It's like
question.
you're already locked up. I can get to her without you interfering in this.
Ah, yeah, because
Exactly.
it definitely
And
looked
then
like
Liv
Jay was
wasn't
trying to
gonna
break
jump
through that
in.
bitch to stop her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Liv
Not
had the
not to see
best
what's going
reaction,
on,
right?
but to stop her. So, but then let's be real though. Did anybody did anybody really believe Liv Morgan could have been the person to attack Jade Cargill? Liv Morgan, I'm sorry, but when
I
I
mean,
see
with her
Liv
and
Morgan
Raquel,
stand,
yeah,
With
like,
Raquel's help, though, yes, believable.
yeah, because they've done it in recent. But
see,
I mean, the only
I can
reason
see
they
that.
would have to do that, yeah, was to actually challenge for the belts at that time. That would have only made the most sense. But had
And
them
then
not
again
challenging
though,
for that, yeah, and her going after
but
the
I love
world title
Naomi
that she was
too.
already in a picture for.
Yep.
I love Naomi too, but Naomi single handedly beating the hell out of Jade Cargill is not possible.
I
It's not.
mean,
She
she
had to
got the
have some help
dynasty on
too.
her side. Whole time. That's the mercenary right there. Naomi is the mercenary for the bloodline.
See,
Don't forget where her connections lay at.
I know where her
It's true.
connections lay at, but unless Tamina decide to come back and be like, "Oh yeah, I helped Naomi beat the hell out of Jade," it's only one other face that could have helped Naomi put belt to ass on Jade Cargill and put her through that windshield, and it's
And that's
Bianca
Belair.
Belair.
I
It's
mean,
Bianca.
it makes sense, but I still feel like I still feel like Naomi could have pulled it off herself. You get a distracted Jade Cargill standing on the edge right there because they didn't. Whoever threw her off, she probably wasn't just thrown; she was probably pushed.
Yep.
Like in all cases, you don't necessarily need to be the bigger person or stronger person to win most of
I'm
those
not
things.
saying that. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
but
that Naomi is strong and can pull off some moves.
yes,
But
she
Jade
could have
Cargill is a
easily
different kind of
piped to the
beast.
back, chair to the back. Yeah,
Jade Cargill is picking up Piper Niven and Nia Jax with ease.
yeah, but the bigger they
Ease.
are,
Yeah,
the
the harder
easier
they
it is to
fall.
put
Oh,
them through the
You don't
glass.
though. Here's the thing: the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Ain't no way in hell she was pushed. If she was pushed off, Naomi had to hit her with an NFL type of spear.
Oh yeah, full force,
Like
push the air.
bam. Like
She just went
because
flying. So
the
like,
only other way that's possible if Naomi hit her ass with a Spartan kick and kicked her off that goddamn ramp into that
it
goddamn
could have
pole.
went a
I
lot of
agree with you.
routes. Yeah,
I
which is
mean,
weird that we
maybe we
still
might
don't
get a
have
camera.
footage. before what actually happened. We only got footage after.
I feel
Yep.
like we're gonna get that on Friday, respectfully. I feel like Friday
Yeah,
is gonna
or we
come out.
might
Like
get it
Naomi
tonight.
been hiding. Like Naomi been hiding the tape or whatever, or Jade finally found the right tech person to give her the film from that night.
Yep.
That's the
And
only
now
way I can see
it's
it
really
going.
coming out. Yeah, because I mean, the whole story, even with the gear itself, you had both Naomi and Bianca in white, Jay show up in black.
Black.
Yeah, it's like it's storytelling through and through.
Yeah.
It's like we're not
100%.
dressed the same, we don't do anything the same, so it's time to switch it up a bit. I'm glad they're going with, well, I can't really say that they got her going down the heel route because she's the one coming back off injury, defending
Yes.
herself from being injured. So it could be a turnaround. We could finally get heel Bianca. Heel Bianca and heel John Cena in the same year. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah. You
We
get
need
a,
we
well,
need
we
more
have
It's been a
heels
his.
while
though.
since we had
Yeah.
a heel Bianca.
Yeah.
But
NXT.
we need heels in
Right.
general, respectfully. Like we need
I don't know. I
real
kind of feel like
star-studded
her, yeah,
heels.
her NXT was kind of in the middle run. It was more of a,
Yep.
she's a heel, but she's a beloved heel because
Yep.
you can kind of agree with the things that she was doing. Like
Thousand
that's where
percent.
like the stuff with Carrion comes to. Okay, I understand why he did that now compared to when it was actually happening during that moment.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
It's like everything has
definitely.
it's a payoff moment for a reason.
Definitely. But then again, Bianca Belair got a good reason to become heel any goddamn ways. Y'all blank if it was just single-handedly Naomi,
Hmm.
y'all blamed me for that. Y'all blamed me. Y'all said y'all was tired of me getting the spotlight, so I
Hmm.
stayed in the tag team division for damn near a full year. I've
And
been
still was in the
having people
spotlight
by
though.
my back.
Yep.
I've had to legit help Jade get used to this WWE shit. She was used to that AEW just beating the hell out of women. Here now, you actually got to fight for your spot to be top dog. And I've been helping her for so long, I ain't been worried about me. I'm the EST of goddamn WWE. Before Jade
Hmm.
Cargill got here, I was 3-0 at Mania already. Why the hell do y'all think I need her? She is, again, Jade is great. I love Jade. But it's about
Yep.
me. I'm the EST. Ain't no goddamn EST without me in the motherfucker. Ain't nobody else
Yeah.
whipping motherfuckers with their hair. Not everybody is coming through putting on match after match after match with talent after talent after talent. No breaks.
Yeah. She was doing it
Just
while injured too, and
just
didn't
think
tell
about this.
anybody for months.
The last three
She's
years
tough.
that we've
Yeah.
gotten a Bianca Belair, she has been healthy. She has played healthy the entire time. Has not missed
Yep.
a live event. Hasn't missed an episode of SmackDown, Raw,
Mm.
NXT. She is the workhorse of the
Yep.
last 4 years. So the fact that she had to legit sit there and sit beside Jade and Naomi through all of this bullshit. If she becomes heel after Mania, I'm not mad at it, respectfully.
Nope. Never mind.
Yeah, it might happen the night
We need to
of.
see it. We need to change.
Yeah.
Without, I'm just glad we on the same point with this. And
Yeah, 'cause
we
it's not too much that can go from that.
No.
and we done went through the full 20 minutes. Honestly, that felt like only 10. If I'm being real with you,
Right.
let like let's get that around the park. We kept that within
Mhm.
with just wrestling today. Like that's fire. But we usually have this one question we call the burning question. So, usually I'm the person that does this, but today LC is going to take over and ask the burning question.
All right. This how you know me and Justin sat through multiple of these sessions and came up with the idea of the question itself. When it's all said and done, and you're looking back on your career, whether you see yourself going into the Hall of Fame of pro wrestling, which we also believe there should be a referee Hall of Fame that's its own separate thing that acknowledges everyone and their
All of them
respective.
should be
Yeah,
there.
right, right, 1,000%. when it's all said and done, and you look back on your career, what would be some of those key takeaways that you can pass down to the next generation of whether it's pro wrestlers, referees? I look at it as a whole altogether anyway,
Yep.
but what do you feel like would be your best takeaway and pass on to the next generation of the sport?
You know what? That's a hard question. That's a
Mhm.
tough one. I'm gonna say always put in the hard work.
Definitely.
Whether it's training, whether it's setting up the ring, whether it's just listening to the vets about their stories. Um, like before I made my debut, we didn't have a ref in Moncton to train me, so it was all video. Just watching Charles Robinson, Mike Choida, Earl Hebner, right?
Definitely. Yeah,
And like
those
listening to
main
guys like
staples.
as much as I hate to say this, Logan Green, because he used to be a referee. He
Yeah,
knows the rules, but he bends them all the time. You
yeah,
know?
Shout out to the big bad LG. And
yeah.
it's just, you know, was actually before I say what I was gonna say. Is that all that you have for that question? Because I feel like he had a little bit more in there before I cut you off.
I mean, pretty much it was more along the lines of, just really getting a good understanding of like where you really see yourself. Whether it's actually, stepping into the ring itself and going down a whole different route. Or, you might have your own promotion. A lot of different things can happen in 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years.
I would never run my own promotion.
Yeah,
That's just not something I'm interested in.
I
You know,
definitely
Fair
feel
like
you
enough.
on that.
Fair enough.
I,
It's
I
not really
see the
for
work
everybody.
that the promoters do. Props
Yeah,
to them. Not for me. I wouldn't mind
Eh,
helping out with like a little bit of book and stuff like that, just to learn the psychology of things a little bit more.
definitely,
mhm.
definitely.
But
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a
there's
headache.
nothing like this business.
I know if it's a headache trying to do a fantasy league on just 2K right now, with how much goes behind the scene to just us trying to randomly put together a match card, it take us
Yep.
about 2 weeks to figure that out. So having to do it on the fly in under 2 hours, like man, I definitely props to everybody
Can't
for
do
that.
it. Can't
Yeah,
do it at
No,
all.
I would never want to do it. I like the refereeing. I'll stick to refereeing. I get a
I
front row
definitely feel you
seat
on
to
that.
every match.
Oh yeah, every match right there in
Like,
person, live in color.
Facts.
there's
Facts.
nothing like it, boys. There's really not. Like, I would love to be doing the stuff that the wrestlers are doing, right? But my knee doesn't
Mm,
allow that. I
Mhm.
also only stand 5'3". So when I'm in that ring, that makes those boys look 10 times bigger, right? Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's what they were
Uh,
saying with Ray when he originally got in. He's like, man, you don't realize how big Billy Kidman is until you stand next to him. Because I always thought Kidman was a small guy. I used to
yeah,
just see him everywhere, and then it's like, okay, contrast and height. And then looking on like Wikipedia, I think it said he was like 6'3". I was like, what the hell? Like that's crazy being
yeah,
compared
man.
mhm.
as far as like in that. But that
I remember
Nah.
seeing
at that
Billy.
time normal cruiserweight size.
Yeah,
Facts.
Billy Kidman,
Like.
dude, like he was a big guy, and he always put on a
Yeah.
show. I remember what was their faction dubstep? Filthy Animals.
Yeah, the Filthy Animals, him, Conan, Ray,
Eddie
um,
Guerrero.
yeah, Eddie. At a point in time, we definitely should have had Hoovy and
Yep.
Psychosis. That would have definitely been fun.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
love
my
Juventud
my
Guerrero.
also my go-to. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well,
Who's that again? Sorry.
ladies, I don't know. We was getting ready to just finish wrapping up everything real quick, but we're gonna go ahead and give our round of applause and our thank you to our man Gerald Sharkey. Now, Gerald, is it anything that you want to promote right now? Again, we talked about a few events and everything, but also want to also give a good shout out to you being we talked about it a little bit late into the show, but you being a scout slash recruiter for a sporting company for hockey and everything.
Yep.
Is there any way that you know any guys who are out there who are hockey players that's looking to get recruited or promotion or just anything, is there a way that these guys can find you online?
Instagram. Um, Also, if they look up Nick Gentleman, he's an agent
Mhm.
that I work for. Well, that I was
Oh,
working for Next Level Athletics. um, I took a step back from scouting this year, just from mental health, right? Like,
right.
Definitely.
2024 wasn't the greatest year for anybody,
Mhm.
you know. So I took a step back just to focus on me, focus on the wrestling. Yeah,
Hmm.
because like this fills my mental health, you know.
Right.
Definitely.
Like being
100%.
able to go to a show and just seeing the smile on fans' faces. When you know that there's a smile on their face at the end of the show, you know they had a great time. You know that
Oh
they had a
yeah.
great show,
Yeah, it's hard
and
to
that's what it's
leave
all
any
about.
wrestling show nowadays without a smile, or at
I'm
least
sorry,
something to take away
Definitely. Definitely.
I missed that.
Well,
Sorry about that.
from it. Oh no, it's all good. That's the perks in going to shows. Now you will always leave with a smile. It's
Yes,
kind of rare that you will ever be like disappointed with a match card, unless you
right?
Antonio Inoki. Then you got your own bias to that one. But yeah, it's kind of hard nowadays. Everything is pretty much it's a reason why pro wrestling is where it is today.
Yes,
Everyone has a literal drive and a passion for it, and now the younger generation understands what goes on behind the scenes just a bit, but not really because no one is actually back there with those guys yet. But
mhm.
it's a necessary go ahead for everyone to be able to sit there and watch it. Like at my current job, every Wednesday I got managers ask me like, "Hey, y'all watching NXT in the back today? I can't wait to see what's going on with the pod." Like, oh yeah, for sure, yeah, we can go back there and watch it now. I point out which wrestlers, which show them how to actually, get invested in the matches. A lot of them
yep,
stopped watching early '90s, so today it's different seeing younger generation. Ava being Rock's daughter, she's general manager at NXT. That's
it's just
something
killing it.
that anybody that knows The Rock, they can relate that to. Oh, okay, I can watch that product. He's been on there. I
Yep,
can see where everybody is going with certain things, but it's also fun to just not be, just put it in one position. Everybody can do something now that's different in the business.
yeah.
1,000%.
No, like
Yeah,
everybody has their part, you know,
yeah, yeah,
and
definitely,
to run
definitely.
smoothly, everybody's got to do their job.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's why I say everybody has a role that is needed. Like you need the perfect cameraman, you need the perfect ring announcer,
Mhm.
you need the
Yeah,
perfect crowd atmosphere, the perfect referee. Like you need to make sure that everything is worth the build up for the brand that you're presenting, because not too many people think about this when it comes into owning a business. So I can definitely
Mhm.
understand exactly how you said about not wanting to own a wrestling promotion, because it's so much stuff that really comes into it and everything. And
yeah,
not saying that nobody can do it, not saying yourself couldn't do it. It's just that not wanting to put that extra burden on yourself to
yes.
wanting to do that.
Right.
So it's like going
I'm
out
scared.
and oh, you said what?
I'm scared it would take the fun out of it, right?
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
Like
Don't want to burn
Definitely.
I'm
yourself
enjoying
out.
myself just being a referee, being one of the guys, right?
Hmm.
Setting up the ring,
100%.
like
Yeah,
Right.
definitely building those
The
relationships with
camaraderie
those
and
guys.
everything in it. Yeah.
mhm.
Definitely, definitely. Well, we're gonna give one more applause and we're gonna say thank you to our man Gerald. Gerald, this honestly, this probably the longest interview that we didn't did, honestly. An hour and a half of just talking about just wrestling, getting the insight in depth on exactly just who you are as a person. So we
Mhm.
definitely think we should do this again. Honestly, this was fun. We got a chance to go off the rails a little bit and talk a little bit more about just wrestling in whole. And
Yeah.
this
And
this was
I'd love to
fire.
do this
Definitely
again,
need to
boys.
have you
Like
back.
anytime
Like,
that I get to talk wrestling is a great opportunity.
hey, we that's all we do here. So whenever
That's
you
exactly it.
want to come back in and everything, feel free to come back because This was just one of the moments where you really can't make this up. This was great content. This was great interviews. This was a great sit down. So, again, we just really appreciate you for just stopping on through. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and let Chris end the episode again.
All right. So once again, thanks for coming on. It's definitely a pleasure having you. Yeah, we really can't wait to come out there and really see how everything is. It's more of a due process time period, So
Yep.
definitely looking forward to that.
Without
Um,
question.
yeah, other than that, pretty much something we always say at the end of the pod is keep in touch with your friends and thank you for wrestling.